Hey chat, I'm sorry, I messed up a thing. That was my
That's
bad.
okay. Today all of us are a little spaced out, but it's
Me really tired today.
I am just spaced out because of what happened yesterday, honestly. I'm still not recovered. I've been BTFO'd.
Because you got in a fight with a bad person.
I didn't even get into a fight with them. They asked for a normal conversation. They say it's going to be one thing, and then it ends up being something completely different for an hour and a half. It was really funny.
So, how come would you like to tell the chat about what you did before I get off topic?
Yeah, if you want to start off with this, bless you.
Thank you.
So, basically, Niara is somebody, a trans Fox activist, kind of like the opposite of another Fox activist that we know of, that has been giving their experiences on Twitter and talking about why children should be allowed to transition. And a lot of people have been calling them a groomer, and a lot of very serious accusations because of the videos that they've made. Now, what's funny is when I first watched their videos, because I wanted to take a look at them before I actually said anything, what's interesting is a lot of their videos don't actually come with facts either in the description or like in their videos. They just kind of like state a bunch of things that they've read on the internet. And so I never really took them that seriously, but I knew what they were going for, which was to start a grift, because there is a growing popularity in anti-woke or anti-woke grifting, if that makes sense. And they had decided to make a couple of videos on Rev, and then just go off again on like how much they hate people on the anti-woke side. And I was like, oh, they're a grifter, and I think they're a grifter. And then they decided to do life ruination on another content creator, and I was like, okay, I think that's pretty dumb, and I was pretty passionate about that, so to speak. And they decided to clap back to me because my post actually, a post that I didn't really care that much about, just like throwing it out there saying, excuse me, I don't like this person because they're a grifter, and then they're also going after kids. They replied back being like, oh my gosh, thank you for respecting my pronouns. And also, I miss the old Occo, referencing a retweeted post that I did where I said that Niara was based like a year ago. What's funny is I know that it had something to do with something completely different about content creation, but they deleted it, so there's no context to it other than me just saying that she was based last year. But eventually they find a post where I say like I had gender dysphoria, and they're like, do you want to have a talk about this? And you guys kind of know how the discussion for whether or not that should happen went on in the background, but eventually I said yes, and everybody was telling me, and I kind of figured that like everybody was like saying, don't get trapped, Occo, you got to study, you got to make sure that you're ready for the hard questions. I'm like, don't worry guys, it's just gonna be a nice conversation. I knew it wasn't going to be. I knew from the outset that it could devolve very quickly, and so I prepared for and I'm glad I did, because you know, we got right into it, talking about life ruination really quickly, and into politics, which was really funny because I have a German individual telling me about how American politics should go and how evil my American president is. And there was a little bit of my gender dysphoria story, and then there was also talk of intersex people, which a lot of not a lot, actually it wasn't even a lot, it was just a small subsect of Twitter got mad at. And yeah, it was pretty fun, I'll be honest with you. Would probably do it again.
I did see the intersex thing, and I think a lot of them are using intersex as like a trendy term. I feel like a lot of them don't have any idea what it means.
No, like I said during that stream, I know people that have Klinefelter syndrome, which is not like, I don't know if people are trying to make that like a derogatory term or anything, but it's not. Klinefelter syndrome is literally a medical condition where you have an extra chromosome attached to your body at the time of birth. So you could either be a man or a woman, but because of that extra chromosome, it sometimes is a little bit harder to figure that out, and it could be worse or better in others. So I know people that actually have that. I've met people IRL. And I also know of people that have what is called true hermaphrodism, where their body parts are like built up of both kinds of sexual organs. And so it's just like, I know that these people exist. And the point that I made during the stream.
So I will say, side note, because I don't know how much you looked into intersex stuff. Anyone who says they have true hermaphrodism is lying.
Well, okay, so true hermaphrodism, like, is
no, there is
a
a true hermaphrodism, like in science or in intersex.
Yeah.
But you die after like the first year, because certain organs don't develop properly, because you actually do develop both testes and a womb and ovaries, and the other organs don't develop properly. So without extreme medical intervention, you won't survive, and they can't do that forever.
Right. So like but the thing is, like, I know people that like have either had that or they have something similar, or where it's not even that bad. So it's like, I know this, and like the point that I was trying to make on stream is, and the point that people clipped very widely out of context was me saying basically, like, if you've got these medical conditions, you should probably get some medical attention, probably get some body parts removed, or get some medical attention done, because otherwise it could be very widely impacting you in your life. And what's funny is everybody now thinks I'm into eugenics because of that.
Oh no, I could have told you that was going to happen, because that's a conversation with all of these different things. That's what they said. There was a genetic study to come out of Russia where they basically said they think they might have found the gene that makes people blind. And through genetic splicing, they may be able to fully cure blindness, like as an affliction. And there was like one or two people that are like, oh wow, this is amazing. It'd be great that, people can see. Every other reply was, isn't this just genetics? What are you, Nazis? Or eugenics? What are you, Nazis? And it's like, it's blindness. Why would you not want that cured?
So what's funny is Sparky and Gator talked about this last night, because Sparky was like, can I review your stream? I was like, you don't have to ask me, go right ahead. And I can't remember which one of them said it, but it's basically just like, at some point you're going to get to the fact that the Nazis did just a little bit of everything. So it's just like the Nazis had lots of mixed good things that they did in with their bad, because they wanted to try and subvert people, make them think that they were better than they actually were. So it's just like, should we stop doing X, Y, and Z because the Nazis also did it as well? It's just like, no. Obviously not.
Yeah, it's very dumb.
It is. And I got people saying that I should be stoned now, which is really, really hilarious, because historically the only people to get stoned are some of the same people that probably are asking for that same thing to happen to me. And so that's quite a parallel that I was not quite expecting.
Speaking of history and stoning people and stuff, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a semi-viral thread this morning talking about the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay.
Did you see it at all?
No.
So basically, it was somebody correcting like the historical record regarding the Spanish Inquisition, because it's typically very popularly said that like they just kind of went around burning witches at random. And it's that way like in every movie. The Spanish Inquisition shows up, they kill a bunch of people, and they're like, our job here is done, we have saved the world, and then they run off. Yeah. They actually pointed out that the Spanish Inquisition was very humane, oddly enough. They only convicted, I think they said 27 witches. And the Spanish Inquisition apparently did not hand out punishments. They were more like judges. They would dictate the punishment, or they would dictate like the the outcome of their investigation. So I guess they were more like detectives. They would detail the outcome of their investigation, and then they would hand the accused person over to their local government and say, okay, well, this is our investigation, do what you will with them. And they didn't even hand out punishments, which is something I didn't know. I thought that was interesting. That's a
That's
completely
interesting.
like random side tangent, but I saw it and I was like, oh wow, this is actually really cool.
I'll be honest with you. I really only ever knew of the memes of the Spanish Inquisition. So did people
That
believe
nobody
that they
expects the
just?
Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. Did everybody just expect them? Did everybody just think that they ran around prosecuting and then murdering people if they
Yes.
found them guilty? And that's not what it is whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's
The
funny.
other interesting thing they pointed out that I found out that I didn't know about was they didn't really torture people, or at least not in like the way we think of. So like all torture is inhumane, obviously. But back in yesteryear, they had very different moral quandaries regarding that. Apparently, regarding the Spanish Inquisition, if there was a moral way to do torture, it was probably the way they were doing it.
What is a moral way to do torture?
Never more than 15 minutes at a time, and they had to have a licensed physician present for the torture to ensure that they weren't doing like permanent damage or killing someone.
So there's aftercare involved.
Apparently, there was aftercare to the torture. Like, look, if you're gonna do it a humane way, that's probably the best way you can do it. Very limited time and having a physician there to make sure everything's like on the up and up.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those things, like, it's always bad, but back in yesteryear, they didn't really have the same morals we have today.
Yeah. Makes me wonder what the morals of 100 years from now are going to be.
Oh, who knows?
Sign me up. Oh, goodness. Well, how's y'all's weeks been? Besides mine.
I'm an EP boy.
You're an EP boy.
I am also EP.
You're also EP. You've been busy, Lumi. I see you jump around a lot again this week.
Yeah.
I just keep seeing people saying you're stealing Arch's channel.
Oh, they've been saying that for a week.
So how is the theft going? Have you almost got away with it?
I mean, give me about like a year or so, and I should have the channel fully taken over.
So what are you gonna do with it?
I don't know.
I guess that is the fastest way to get 100,000 subs. Didn't you say that you would give away a foot pick when you hit 100,000 subs, or? So I don't know if you want to take over the channel completely.
Oh, imagine giving away feet pics
I know, right?
instead of selling them.
Stop, Art just telling me the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, that's what I've been doing. You make good money doing it.
Yeah. Well, Lumi, you could just do it with a VR model.
I mean, apparently that's
people
very
probably-
popular.
Yeah, well, I'm friends with some people that do VR stuff, and they, I mean, like, they're slowly working their way into it, but it is like a field that a lot of people are still doing. She said foot stream.
No, I said a single foot picture.
Why not foot stream though?
No.
You know what? If I recall correctly, right? Alopecia basically means you don't get hair anywhere, not
Correct.
just like head and eyebrows. I
Correct.
feel like you wouldn't be particularly like interesting to the feet people, because from what I've seen, the feet people kind of like them nasty.
Really?
Yes. I feel like with Lumi, they'd be like, I can't do it. They're like, there's no hair on these feet. I can't do it. I can't get it up.
There you go. I will. I mean, like, I try not to judge people, but like, I will never understand the foot thing.
No, I
Never.
judge the shit out of people.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I like some weird shit. Don't get me wrong, but like,
Yeah, we know.
I just we all like some weird shit. Excuse me, but I just don't understand feet.
Exactly. Takes one to know one. I like weird stuff. That's why I'm allowed to call them weirdos.
Exactly. Oh, excuse me.
The thing I always say is they are of my people, therefore I am allowed to judge.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Do you want to talk about
Yes, the
the
feet people
VTuber?
like hobbits.
Oh gosh, no.
I mean, they do.
do. Do you think that? Oh god, I don't want to think that Tolkien what is intentional with the feet. That would
Apparently,
really bother
Tolkien
me.
wasn't intentional with a lot of things, right? So
Uh-huh.
I saw like an analysis the other day of Lord of the Rings when you look at it from the perspective of somebody who was in the war, because Tolkien was a soldier in a war, right?
Yeah.
He's on the front lines, and I thought it was generally accepted that definitely his experience in the war kind of bled its way into Lord of the Rings in how everything played out in that story. But the person who was doing this analysis showed that actually Tolkien, up until like the day he died, denied it had anything to do with his time in the war. And I was
Really?
like, I don't know if I believe that. No, I mean, I believe that he would have said that. I don't believe that it had no like bearing on it. I think maybe he just didn't realize. Because the first thing this person said was like, yeah, your time of the war has absolutely nothing to do with it. A story about a couple of farm boys pulled out of their peaceful life and thrown into like the most insane military conflict of their lives, completely against their will. Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with the war.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see why people would think that of him. I don't like hobbits.
I think that's a super good example, honestly, of because people always say this with like your politics are in everything. A lot of people don't even realize when their politics make it into something. And I think this is probably like the ultimate example of that. That was literally a huge event in his life that probably super shaped how he views the world. And he just was like, yeah, no, that didn't make it in here at all. I was not thinking about that when I wrote this story. Look, chat, I understand there's a lot of bullshit analysis about Lord of the Rings. I think this one's pretty spot on, honestly.
Oh, as an aside, did you see the new thing that Kevin is working on?
The taco?
No, not the taco. He's doing
The
more
vor thing.
Yeah, he's doing more vor.
I thought that was the taco.
It might be attached onto it, but he like had a picture of the model that he's always using, holding up a tiny person, and then he blurred it just before they swallowed them.
Oh, that was an old thing.
Is it an old
Is
thing?
he bringing it back?
Yeah, he's bringing it back.
Maybe.
That was an old thing he was doing for a while, and then he just never did anything with it.
Maybe then he is bringing it back. I have no idea.
Also, I'm pretty sure he made the model for that flamenco person, and they had like
Horatia?
Yeah,
he did.
yeah, and they had a vor toggle.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
They do. So does Mizu. Mizu showed it off live on camera, I think, while I was streaming with her.
Well.
It was funny. I didn't quite know what to think.
They what do you call it? They need to team up with that guy that has like he just does the PNG tuber, but he's always doing like wild shit with like his chat members. I think the most recent one he did was he was like, I'm making my chat members power my stream with a treadmill.
I thought that was kind of cool. Like, the more they chat, the higher quality the stream gets. I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, so imagine him teaming up with the flamingo person to actually have, like, a unique model for each, like, eat based on the chatter.
Yeah.
I think he could do it. I don't know how he sets his stuff up, but if anybody could set it up, it's probably him.
It's very possible. Very, very possible.
Where did y'all get that? Feet people like them nasty? That's ridiculous. Look, all you have to do is look up like any foot fetish website, and it's always like these big, kind of hairy feet. I'm just saying. And I saw it on King of the Hill, so.
And we all know that King of the Hill represents the average everyday American. At least in Texas.
Everyone always brings up Miyazaki and feet, but I want to know what his obsession with crabs is. That actually came up today where somebody mentioned that, because, the big thing today with Miyazaki is people made an AI that can do the Studio Ghibli style really well.
Oh, yeah.
And
has he made comments on that?
He has made comments on AI before, but somebody actually gave me context to his comments, which I'm not saying he likes AI, but the people that reported that he thought it was like an affront to God completely missed the point of like what he was actually saying. So I think I bookmarked it because I found it really interesting. The guy linked to the full interview. Yeah, here it is. Because they had mentioned the, what does he say? I am utterly disgusted. This is an insult to life itself. Hayao Miyazaki, co-founder of Studio Ghibli, is going viral for his reaction to seeing an AI-generated image in 2016. This was tweeted today by Dextero, so they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, what do you expect? Dextero used to imply Ducky as their VTuber correspondent.
Yeah. So the actual AI that he was shown was somebody was trying to make like a zombie kind of look. So the zombies were kind of like shambling and crawling and stuff.
Yeah.
He specifically says that the animation itself was what he thought was an insult to life, because he said these zombies reminded him of like a disabled friend he had with how they walked, and he thought it kind of came off as extremely offensive to disabled people.
Really?
In this interview, as far as I can tell, this like commonly quoted interview, he makes no comments on AI itself. He only makes a comment on the specific animation he's seen and how like the shambling of the zombies makes him uncomfortable.
I mean, no, yeah, I definitely don't see where he's commenting on specifically AI as being horrible there. I mean, like, I guess, it's kind of up to you for your interpretation, but I just don't see it there.
So he gets shown this video, and his specific reply, quote, word for word, is, "Every morning, not in recent days, I see my friend who has a disability. It's so hard for him to just do a high five. His arm with stiff muscle can't reach out to my hand. Now, thinking of him, I can't watch this stuff and find it interesting. Whoever creates this stuff has no idea what pain is. I'm utterly disgusted. If you really want to make creepy stuff, you can go ahead and do it. But I would never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself."
Interesting.
So I do think, like, still, his, like, reaction to this is a bit cringe. Because it's like, okay, you're saying the zombie reminds you of your disabled friend. I think this could be like an issue with he's just like really in his feels right now, because he did say this is like a recent development with his friend. I could see somebody like just really deep in their feels at the moment and they just kind of lash out at the first thing they see, especially Miyazaki, because somebody had kind of quoted this earlier and said that like it was clearly disrespecting Miyazaki's work, and I just had to reply and I was like, he kind of deserves to be disrespected a little bit because he's kind of a shitheel. Like, I think this is common knowledge by now, but Miyazaki as a person kind of sucks a lot.
Why does he suck a lot? I think I missed.
So, he treats everybody's art like it is so much lesser than his own. To the point he has basically scared off every single protege he has ever had. Even the ones that really liked him, he basically forced them away because he just would not tolerate them. It got to the point where his own son had a movie premiere and he invited his dad, Miyazaki. Miyazaki walked out of the premiere.
I think I remember you telling me about this, yeah.
He's just kind of a shitheel to everyone.
Does he have a reason, or is he just an asshole to be an asshole?
He is the closest I could guess, based on interviews I've seen with him, is he believes everybody else makes art for the wrong reasons. At one point, somebody mentioned that in order to get some of his work published, he might have to make concessions. And he basically said that, like, a real artist would never make concessions just for the fans or just for the, like, the people that are buying it. And I'm like, if you were just making art for yourself, yes, but you're making art to be sold. I'm not saying you should, like, compromise your whole vision, but if you were refusing to, like, tweak it just a little bit for sales, you're not gonna go anywhere.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I'm not saying, like, you have to, especially if it's, like, a huge change, honestly.
Listen, I like a lot of his work, but a lot of it starts to feel a little bit samey, where it just feels like it's about World War II again. Am I wrong for saying that? Because, like, I watched a lot of the movies and I was just like, okay, everything is starting to have a similar theme in the background. And maybe I'm stupid for thinking that. Maybe I just might not be cultured enough.
Probably. What was I was gonna go on about? Lumi's awfully quiet tonight. Lumi, speak to the people.
I don't know what to say because I haven't really been paying attention to really anything that's been going on.
Well, darn, Lumi. There was so much interesting stuff with me and Occo this week. You didn't even pay attention?
I passively paid attention. I mean, I know me and a few people been yapping about how fucking Sylvie is still an active mod for Sayu and everything.
Wait,
Really?
Sylvie's still a mod for Sayu?
Not that one, the man one.
Okay. The other one.
The man one, yes.
Right. I forgot there's a man Sayu.
Yapping in there, acting like nothing happened and shit.
You can't fool me, AI Lumi.
Have you guys... Because Riri was a thing again this week. Did you guys see the new call-out on Riri that had everybody talking because it had the dumbest thing ever in it?
Are you talking about Brody?
No, this is afterwards.
Oh, okay.
No, what happened?
Somebody made another, like, big call-out thread, and it's got, like, a bunch of the normal stuff, but it included a new thing. It shows a screenshot of her Discord where it says, Black Souls c'est sûr, and apparently that translates to Black Souls this evening. The person says, added context, this message translates to someone named Riri asking if she's streaming Black Souls in the evening. Black Souls is a hentai game, and a significant portion of its community consists of minors. That's the whole call out.
Okay.
I genuinely don't know what the fuck it means.
I don't know what they want me to do with that. If it's a hentai game and it has a fan base of minors, that's not a good thing. I don't think that's her fault, though.
Yeah. It's literally just, she played Black Souls. By the way, Black Souls has a community of minors, so bad Riri for playing a game with a community of minors, I guess. I genuinely don't know what they expected to get out of that. But it went, like, semi-viral because people were dunking on them. Because it was like, Black Souls, hentai game, community of minors. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Gross.
Also, I don't know if you guys have seen Black Souls, but it definitely... I don't know if it does have a large community of minors, but it definitely shouldn't. If it does.
That bad?
Yes.
Really? What kind of hentai game is it?
It's not hentai. It's got hentai in it. But
okay.
It's not like a hentai game. It's very dark.
Okay.
There's a reason it's called Black Souls. Just
Oh.
Is it got gore in it? Is this a Lumi thing?
there's a lot of R wording in it. There's a lot of I don't want to get into it on stream. I don't want to get stream demonetized yet.
Fair enough.
It's demonetized later. Black Souls was one of the games that got pulled from DL site when DL site got hit with the MasterCard thing.
Okay.
As one of which sucks, by the way. What was I gonna say? The Black Souls people have said they're gonna look into using, what do you call it, Steam, and I don't think that's gonna work for them. Mm-hmm. I wish them the best of luck, and I really wish Steam was a bit nicer about that kind of stuff. I don't see it. I don't see it working.
I feel like they're nicer than most platforms are with this kind of stuff.
It's like rants. I wouldn't call it like rants.
Is rants worse or is this worse?
No, rants is a lot more upbeat.
Oh.
Despite the fact that protagonist is a serial rapist.
Uh-huh.
I would have to show you like one of the animations, but rants takes a very like lighthearted tone with it, right?
And
he's a feminist,
when it comes to rape.
Yeah, Rance is a feminist. He believes in women's equal rights and lefts.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's funny.
I will say the only downside to Rance is he's not a lolicon, so.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty explicit about that at one point where he's like, oh, this girl's too young for me.
Oh, I see. He's not into the small people. He's a small
I'm surprised aunties don't like rants more then.
Yeah. I mean,
Here,
they would
I'll,
definitely fit their build.
I wanna find this picture for Occo, because there's a very famous
I'm pretty
picture.
sure you've shown me a picture of Rance before.
Not of Rance specifically, of a meme consisting of Rance.
Okay. While you're looking for it, did you guys? So there, obviously, all the stuff with Riri is like simmering. But did you see the video that French person put out? Because they just barely made an English translation for it, and I watched it on stream when I was talking about Riri the other day.
I did not.
No.
So yeah, if you'd like, I can summarize it for you.
Sure.
Basically, all of it is. She's racist. She says that she hates everyone. She joked about... Yeah, I've seen that meme before. I think one of you showed it to me. She joked about wanting to be an Aryan painter at one point, just as a joke. She had a very, very high-pitched voice, so the person alleges that she was trying to court young people because she has a high-pitched voice, which I think is completely retarded for saying. And she had minors in her first Discord server that she opened when she was like 17 or 18. That's it. Like the minor thing is in her Discord is like the biggest thing where you could be a little bit iffy on it. Like I even said during my stream, if it comes out that there were minors in her server that were groomed, that's it. That's done. But like other than that, there's nothing on her. It's just the French that are upset with her for... What's funny is I heard rumors that some people on the French side don't even care about a lot of this stuff. They're just trying to cancel her because she refuses to be political in the way they want her to in France. Because apparently the French are like hyper political.
Oh, the French suck.
I have one French friend, so I can't say that entirely.
No, you can still say that. It's just like how we say that the British aren't real people.
This is true. This is very true. I would say sorry, but I don't know if there's any British people in our comments. We used to have one, but he sucks now.
I'm allowed to hate the French. Their country is backward, and they're all bastard children.
And then they piss. And
Jesus,
they their piss.
Christ.
What?
It's like, Mizu, did you hear about the woman that got arrested for writing a very taboo book?
No. I mean, I might have, but I don't recall.
It was an Australian author. This happened like 2 days ago. She wrote a very taboo book that's called what's it called? Daddy's a Little Toy or some shit like that.
That sounds like a woman book.
It sounds like a book that a woman would write.
And she got arrested for CSAM. Because in Australia, whether it's fictional or, like, if it's fictional, written, drawn, animated, anything, it's considered CSAM, and you get arrested and charged.
Jeez.
Yeah, Australia is very broad with that. I don't know why. Australia isn't real and France is gay. Are we hating France and Genshin? You know what? I think we can talk about Genshin.
Yeah.
So let me get the picture of them. But I know Lumi hasn't looked at
this. Is it okay for us to cancel Genshin now? Can Genshin be done now?
Well, no, because
I've never cared about Genshin.
Because this makes Genshin better. It's the VAs that suck.
Again, Japanese companies just need to stop working with English VAs at this point.
Yeah.
No more English VAs. Sungwon Cho needs to suffer because he's English.
So chat, Genshin released this new character called Kinich something. I don't know when they released him, but he did not have a voice actor because the voice actor for Kinich is a part of the SAG-Aftra, the Screen Actors Guild with the voice actors strike. Which has been, by the way, still going on. It's been going on for 6 months now. And at some point recently, Hoyo just finally said, fuck it, it's been 6 months, you guys are still on strike, like, you English voice actors are a pain in the butt, we're just replacing this guy with somebody else, because we can't just have him, like, voiceless forever. So they brought in a new guy to do the voices. And a lot of the voice actors got really pissy with him, and they're like, I don't understand why, like, you're doing this, why you aren't standing with us, why are you not even unionized like the rest of us? First off, turns out that even though they got someone who speaks English, he's Japanese.
Yeah, like he comes from Japan, right? Like he's born.
Not comes from Japan. He is in Japan. So he literally cannot be a part of the Screen Actors Guild of America because he's not American. They just got somebody from their home country to do the voice instead.
That's hilarious.
He is literally not allowed to be unionized, at least in America. He's not allowed to be in an American union.
Mm-hmm.
And they got really pissed at him, and he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about with this union thing. What is a union? Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were getting really pissy with him, and he's like, I literally don't know what any of you are talking about. That's not a thing in Japan.
No, because Japan works you to the bone.
What's funny
Not really,
is some people are pointing out that certain actors are being given, like, leeway, right? So, like, the guy that was supposed to do Kinich, he is completely on strike, so they had to get a new guy to do him instead. But the girl that does Paimon is still doing Paimon, so she doesn't get fired. And nobody calls her out. They're like, no, you have to not do this. You have to stand with us. They're like, no, she's fine, because she says she's with us. Genshin is Chinese, not Japanese, by the way. They did say this guy was Japanese. I could be wrong.
Well, then they could have just had a Japanese
this guy is based in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, and Paimon's VA is still doing work for Paimon despite whatever the strike, and her excuse is my autism.
Yeah, she is
Seriously?
She is still doing it. She is pretending that she has, like, a high ground here when she definitely does not.
Oh my god. Does she actually claim autism? Please say that she actually
I'll be honest, I don't know if she claimed autism.
If that were the case, I would hate her so much more.
So they had announced the new guy today, and the new guy had just put up a message, said, role announcement, I'm honored to join the English cast of Genshin Impact as the voice of Kinich. Taking up the mantle of Malipo is a privilege, and I am grateful for the opportunity to carry the flame from the previous flame bearer, John, who did an incredible job. Those are big shoes to fill, and I promise to give it my all out of respect for him, for Hoyoverse, and for you, the fans. Thank you to Diana for their amazing direction and for helping me to navigate the intricacies of this incredible game, and to side Tokyo and Hoyoverse for the honor of bringing Kinich to life. I am deeply grateful for the privilege of entertaining you all. which sounds like a very nice thing to say.
He's being very chill about it, my personal opinion. I don't know why anybody would get upset at him.
So the guy that was supposed to do it, John, which is John Patnow, I don't really know how to pronounce it. He's one of those weird last names.
He's an American, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he put up a tweet that had a little green heart on it, and then it had one of the white messages. Hey everyone, if you've been playing the latest 5.5 update in Genshin Impact and are hearing Kinich speak for the first time in 6 months, yeah, it's been going on for 6 months. It's not my voice. I've been recast. I've been withholding voiceover services during the SAG-Aftra interactive strike because Hoyo Cognosphere wouldn't offer AI protections in the form of a SAG interim agreement. They kept my character dialogue silent for months, all the while I had made the difficult decision to continue not going in until an interim agreement was signed, and this ultimately was why I was recast. Now, obviously, a recast is not what I wanted. I'd hoped that any progress behind the scenes would be made and I could come back safely, or that if I recast auditions, went out to my colleagues, wouldn't read for them. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I absolutely adored playing Kinich. Genshin was my comfort game during the early parts of the pandemic, and it was a dream of mine to book a playable character. At the time, I didn't have an agent, didn't live in LA, or had any connections that would get me close. But 4 years later, I did it, and the message I've received from you all saying how much my performance as Kinich meant to you made my heart swell. I would and can return to if Hoyo invites me back and signs an interim. I stand by my choices regardless of the outcome. Also, the strike is still ongoing. Please don't believe disinformation on the internet. Best wishes to the cast and production team. Thank you for everything.
He's never going back, I'm telling you right now.
Oh, yeah, he's fucked.
He and everybody else around him is fucked if they continue to do this. Like, I don't understand what these people don't get here. AI is like it or not, AI is not going to be something that gets protected against because it's just not something that people care about anymore. People have steam-roaded through it, and now
well, a lot of people won't sign the AI protections even in the SAG-Aftra guild because the agreement, while it offers like AI protection, is a shit show that hurts everybody in the long run. Nobody wants to sign it, which is why it hasn't been signed. But for some reason, the Genshin VAs are still pushing for it. But it's one of those things, the majority of people on both sides think it's bad.
And yet, nobody... I do believe I heard something about that back when the... I think it was like last year. It might even be the year before that when SAG-Aftra was going after AI. And they were like... they reached a tentative deal with like... movie and script writing because they'd been boycotting doing work for so long, and they're like, you know what, fine, we'll agree to it, and it still had AI stuff in it, and they agreed to it. Yeah. So I don't know why these people are complaining. They're just stupid, in my opinion.
The kicker from me is that, again, because Hoyo is not an American company, they shouldn't have to wholly abide by U.S. union stuff, right or no. It depends on, like, There's a lot of stuff about international business dealings. They sort of kind of have to obey American law if they do business in America. That said, they don't have to use any American talent. They can always just use them from Japan or China, which, by the way, plenty of people in Japan and China speak English.
Yeah.
Most countries speak English as like your second language.
Yeah, you know, another country that is probably extremely cheap for, to get English voice actors from, the Philippines. I was about to lose it there. The Philippines has a lot of people where English is actually like the main language for them to speak because they're trying to get their people out of the Philippines. So, like, hey, Hoyoverse, there's a lot of people that know how to speak English that will take money a little bit cheaper. It's called the Philippines. They want your money. So go give them your service.
I also think a lot of these voice actors don't realize they don't really hold much sway in the long run. Like, the only reason the Screen Actors Guild holds any sway is because it's staffed by people with big names, right? Like, they have star power, so if your movie doesn't have those stars in them, like the regular population is going to notice. With voice actors, you could do a game with an entirely brand new voice cast that has never been in any other game before, and it'd probably do just fine as long as they played the characters well.
And they're not that bad of a voice actor.
Well, because somebody mentioned that they looked at the credits for like some different Dark Souls games. A lot of the Dark Souls games, the credits cite people that have literally never been in another project before or since. They literally had somebody show up just to do like the Dark Souls character, and then that person never did anything else.
And they're just fine.
Yeah, and they sound just fine. They sound good. And the other thing is, they don't have like a monetary sway, right? Like imagine an Amazon warehouse. If everybody in the warehouse says, "Okay, we're not working today. We're going on
Don't put me in
strike."
that trauma.
Well, nothing is getting shipped out. Nothing's getting shipped in. Nothing's getting signed in. Like no work is being done at all. They are actively losing money every second people are not working. With voice acting, there are games that used to just not have voices at all. They just had text boxes. Realistically, they could still today just remove all of you and only do text boxes, and it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, and it's like it would be nice if Genshin had voiced stuff because it is more impactful. But I'm going to be honest with you, I grew up most of my life not having voice acting in most of my JP games that I played, so it's not much different to me.
Exactly.
And I don't really care. So,
Like, they don't understand. They don't hold like any monetary sway necessarily. They
they
can
don't hold
easily
any.
be replaced, and them refusing to work is not like a consistent overtime issue.
I'll do it. I'll voice a character for free. I've got multiple voices that I can pull up on my on my Go XLR. So, hey, I'll do it. I won't do it for free, but if you help get me clout, I will definitely do it for you. Promote my YouTube channel. That's all I ask for. Maybe like $1,000.
I don't think I'd be any good at voice acting.
I bet you'd do just fine.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know like what kind of character I would play.
You'd play Venti. You'd be the new Venti voice actor.
I could do Venti.
You could do Venti. Yeah.
I like
what
Venti.
characters could we replace?
We need to replace Paimon because that chick is fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, replace Paimon. Luma, you can be Paimon now.
Who?
Paimon.
Emergency food.
The emergency food.
The emergency Onahole.
Yeah, well, I've never really seen her as that, but I've seen some crazy art of Paimon, though.
Ronnie's VA appeared in Xenoblade 3. They did great in that game for nobodies.
They did.
Yeah, so somebody pointed out specifically where a lot of the Dark Souls voice actors come from. Apparently, they typically go to, like, Europe, and they look for people that are prominent in, like, the theater circuit. And that's where they find their voice actors.
Yeah. I mean, like, Ronnie's voice actor, like, I don't think they were in Xenoblade? Yeah, they were in Xenoblade 3. They were fantastic. And I think I can't remember which one came out first. I think it was Elden Ring and then Xenoblade 3. But they did really fantastic in their role. And to see them in both places actually was kind of cool because people drew art of both characters kind of like mixed up together. It was perfect.
Mizu voice acting, but he delivers all his lines like Johnny from The Room. I did not hit her, Mark. I did not hit her. I did not.
Estevalin. Oh, gosh.
Yep, Xenoblade and FromSoft games do that. I knew Xenoblade did, because the only Xenoblade I've played is 2, and I immediately noticed everybody was British.
But they were all pretty good at what they did. Except for Rex.
And also, like,
I actually thought Rex was fine.
Most of Final Fantasy XIV's voice actors are British. The first time that they get a North American VA, fucking what was her name? Wooklamot. It went to shit.
And then everybody hates her.
Yes.
I have not still finished the new expansion yet.
Wooklamot was definitely a DEI hire.
Oh, she definitely was.
Oh, 100%.
And what's funny is they're using her less and less, and I'm hearing rumor based off of what friends are telling me. Have either of you played the new well, actually, Mizu, you still have to catch up through the
They could moonbreed her.
They could moonbreed her. I kind of hope that happens.
Whose character development is she gonna be? Genuine question, do you think they would, like, push her out of the cast, push her to the back of the like cast where she kind of exists but she doesn't say anything? Or do you think they're gonna moonbreed? Or do you think they're gonna moonbreed her and use her as somebody else's character development?
They're gonna
they're either gonna moonbreed her or they're gonna pull a Lise where they just kind of leave her behind. We forget she exists.
I don't know why they did that to Lise.
Well, somebody
because she has to rule a whole like subsection of the country now. So
not let the black guy do it. Let her be free to roam around and be a.
Oh, he's got one arm, and he's got to go back with his little lolly. He's got to go protect the little lolly.
Yeah.
Do you think they ever had sex?
Yes.
I don't know.
You know how many people ship them together?
Well, obviously, yeah. They have like good chemistry.
Temp says that Woklamot will leave the cast in 7.4. I hope so. The moment that I get that confirmation, I'll get back on and power through the story. I will skip every cutscene that has her face in it, and I will just go straight to that so that I don't have to see her ever again.
No being a cutscene skipper.
I already skipped to Texas. I skipped everything up until Texas. So
what?
How dare you skip Mexico, Texas? God.
No, I didn't skip Mexico, Texas. I just skipped to Texas. I was told that once I got to Texas, it got good. So
I'll be honest. I skipped all the way up to the Dragon Pope.
Oh.
I did not like Realm Reborn.
Occo, no, but Temp, you know this. You know this. You watched me do it. I was on camera with you. You can't chastise me after I already.
Still bad Occo. Bad Occo smack.
Listen, I got the catch up that I needed to from friends and YouTube videos. All I know is that Woklamot is now the queen because everybody decides to bow down to badass queen bitch, and she is just 100% the best.
I don't think anyone can call me bad because one of the most sold items on the store is the Realm Reborn skip voucher. I think genuinely everybody agrees with me that Realm Reborn sucks.
I played through Realm Reborn 3 times before they cut down the quests by 50%.
Same. It was horrible.
I played through Realm Reborn before it was Realm Reborn.
Because I'm a little fucking lore whore. I will play through every single bit of it without cutscene skipping.
Something horror, all right.
That's why I can only play.
I like my lore.
Status. Story bad. The story's not bad. It's just if it's not compelling, I won't stick with it. I'm sorry. And Realm Reborn was kind of hard to stick with. That's why when Moonbreeda died, I was like, wait, who was she again?
That's why you don't cutscene skip. God.
I think a lot of games don't understand how to space out their story, right?
No, they definitely didn't in Realm Reborn, but they got better.
I thought about this the other day when I was playing, because I posted on Twitter that I was playing through Digimon Cyber Sleuth again, because I had never finished it and I wanted to get through both of the stories for it. And at the start, they do not have like the story spaced out well at all. It is like a straight 30-40 minute exposition dump before you get into like gameplay. Mm-hmm. That is awful. Genuinely. And then after that you get into gameplay for a while and then you have like another good like 30-minute exposition dump before they like finally kind of turn you loose. And like that is just way too much of this in between. Like you've got to space this shit out like just a little bit so I feel like I have some control. And then the ultimate form of that is Ubisoft's game, because that has like apparently a 2-hour cutscene at some point.
Oh, you're talking about
Shadows.
Assassin's Creed? So it's not a cutscene, it's a 2-hour credit sequence.
No, there's a somebody was like they showed that there was like a cutscene and they're like, yeah, it's been 45 minutes and his hands still aren't on the controller. Because it was just still going.
Oh man, so I didn't know that. So on Sunday, me and Tim talked about that with Razor, and man, have you seen some of the voice acting? I imagine Lumi, you've heard some of it because you talked about it on
pretty bad
on Monday. So it was bad though. It was so bad.
Yeah, it's kind of shit.
Like, I don't understand how people find that game to be all right. I just don't get it whatsoever. It was so bad.
That's interesting, if this is true.
Hmm.
So, Warner Bros. Has canceled the Hogwarts Legacy game expansion.
They did, yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah, I see that. I don't know.
So I was checking through the Steam charts the other day because I wanted to see like what games were still popular. Hogwarts
Yeah.
Legacy is still in Steam's top 100 most played. Like current players still top 100 most current players playing it right now.
That's funny.
So like it's still popular. It would make money.
yeah.
And the person that showed this to me has, I'm just going to steal their message because they have the exact same tank I would have. Today in both Warner Brothers hates success and where the hell did that even come from?
Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. I mean, maybe they're working on it. I know they're working on a second game because they've already said the success of the first one is going to make them make a second one already. So,
I mean,
You know,
that's
I
a
guess there's
possibility that they could be canceling the expansion just to focus on the second one. Super chat for 5. Such devastation. This was not my intention. Gaius Van Belsar was best villain.
I disagree. I like
I'm mad
I
that they
forget
did
his
not
name.
bring back his other 2 lackeys.
which ones?
The chick in
Oh,
the
the one
white
that died?
armor, and then the thick guy with the shields.
Yeah, well, they both died.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're both kind of dead.
Yeah, Gaius got nuked, and he's still alive, so...
Yeah, because he's like a boss.
Well, he has plot armor.
Look,
he
I
literally
think-
was covered in golden plot armor.
Look, if anybody was going to survive that shit, it was going to be the chick in the white armor. Both Nero and Gaius should be dead.
Really?
If you look at, like, how each of them died, the girl in the white armor is definitely, like, top 10 most survivable. Next is probably Nero. Third is the guy with the shields, and then last is Gaius Van Belsar. He is dead as
Yeah.
shit. They dropped a
I mean-
nuke on his ass.
We survived.
Yeah, but we ran out. He didn't.
We got plot armor.
And so does he. He has golden plot armor, literally. Emperor of Mankind. Close enough.
By the way, I'll never get over the fact it took them like 5 years to fix Gaius Van Belsar's belts.
Yeah,
What? Oh, I see what you mean.
No, his belts were the wrong color in the cutscene
that's
for like 5 years straight, and they just never fixed them.
That's hilarious.
And then at some point when I came back to the game to play with you and Lumi, sometime after when I came back, they had fixed them.
Mhm.
Best villain was Emmett Selk. I'll never get
mean,
over
you
the
know-
meme of Emmett Selk about to shoot him in the back, but his gun like misfires, and he sits there for
Good
like
one.
5 minutes trying to fix it.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, man. I'm
yeah.
gonna be honest. Emmett Selk is the best villain in Final Fantasy, in my opinion.
He's a very
Like
catty
everybody
bitch.
puts him at the top. Huh?
He's a very catty bitch.
He is. Everybody always pits him against the clown one, which his name is eluding me right now.
Kafka?
Everybody pits him against Kafka and Sephiroth, and I'm like, no, it's no competition. It's Emmett Selk.
Can I play the meme for stream?
You may. I don't know if it would claim it, but you may.
I mean, I don't think it, because the meme is like entirely
know,
like
it's-
Gary's mod or whatever.
Yeah. Share your screen because I want to laugh at it again.
Fair.
it's like, to be honest, I think I would put Emmett Selk at number 2. Kafka would still be at number 1.
Really?
Kafka won.
Well, yeah, Kafka won. but
Kafka won until he didn't.
Yeah, he might have won. I just feel like Emmett Selk was better though.
Chat, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but this is my favorite Final Fantasy XIV meme.
Is beautiful.
I gotta turn the quality up a little bit. Boop.
At journey's end, an opportunistic thief makes off with the hero's prize. A paltry way to end a chapter.
And nobody is like paying attention to him. Only the Hero of Light sees it.
Only those who possess the royal eye.
I love it.
You know, I still think, and I agree with Mooseman when he said this, that Thancred should have died after the Thanjeet fight.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Not Thanjeet, Ranjeet. Whatever, however you say his name.
Show the Praetorium one? I don't know the Praetorium one, I'm sorry.
Oh,
the
the
one where
Praetorium
he's-
one's great.
Well, there's a Praetorium meme.
Yes, there's a Praetorium meme.
If I just
Which
search
one was that one
Praetorium
again?
meme, is it gonna pop up?
Yes.
Help me,
Top
Lemmy.
one.
Is it actually that one?
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
We're almost there. It's her. I'm sorry.
He's a lollipop. With the stupid ass helmet. I know that helmet.
I love how the music is distorted. That's beautiful. And it's got... It makes it better.
Get struck.
Oh, I love that.
What is this?
Gorgeous.
I love how he was in
Nope,
like
wrong one.
basic bitch armor too,
Except the helmet.
except for the helmet. Wait, how do you get that helmet, Lumi? I forgot.
Think it's either in a dungeon or you get it from like the trophies or reward points that you get.
Okay, because I was thinking it was crafting for a moment, but I was like, no, that can't be right.
A Lalafell with Shrek Glam and the Moogle staff. Truly the most terrifying being.
Yeah, right. It does look like Shrek. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. Oh my gosh.
I'll start back on
Oh.
Final Fantasy XIV at some point.
I'm
Like I
probably
said,
gonna
I'll
be
play with
playing
ya.
tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Saturday? No, not Saturday. What am I doing Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. Probably gonna play 7.2 with Moose Man.
Don't know, I'm kind of glad Thancred didn't die. I got pretty tired of every character's ending being they died too.
I don't know. It's like at that point, I honestly think it would have been a nice close for Thancred's story because Y'shtola died how many times? Like 5?
To be fair, she keeps
Something
getting
like
like nuked into the ether.
Yes, and then we bring her back.
Naked.
And we're back. Naked.
Yes,
yeah,
and we keep bringing her back naked.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem.
No, I don't see an issue with that either. I'll be honest.
I don't
with
know what
you.
your problem is, Lumi.
She's gonna use up all of her 9 lives, and as soon as we actually need her, then she's like, nope, I used all of them, bye.
Oh, yes.
Also, chat says that was the Mistbeard helmet from Hullbreaker Isle.
Oh,
Okay.
Also, Lord Kagai for 5. Emmett Soak was ACR punk. In the end, Gaius Van Belsar was a man. I have no idea what you mean. I'm sorry.
the nudity was an important plot point. Yes.
It was.
Yes, it was.
Mommy
It
Stola.
took me a moment. It took me a moment. It was like, oh, yep, I agree.
Oh no,
needed
yeah,
to
the
see her
nudity was
naked.
huge.
I honestly hope
Excited.
we were able to have her visit Runar again because they are just so cute.
There's a lot of
Runar's a little
hentai of
crush
her.
on There is. There's a lot of hentai of her and Runar, and it's the cutest thing.
There's a lot of hentai with her and dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
What are the dragon people in Final Fantasy XIV? Is it Aru, the one with the horns?
The Aura, yeah.
The aura.
There is somebody that they have like their 2 Aura OCs, and they are constantly like pumping out porn of them.
I know what you're talking about.
Animated porn of them, typically with animals.
I've seen them do it.
Yeah, I know it. They're a mod maker too, right?
I think so. But yeah,
if they are, then I know exactly who you're talking about. They're the ones that make the nude mods for all of the primals and all the bosses we fight.
Really?
Yeah. Primal specifically.
I didn't know them as anything other than the people that make the Aura animations.
Well, I can actually find you the mods, Mizu.
But I recognize the actual character models from each one. It was always the same too.
Lumi has the specific mods on lock.
Well, it's like I used to, you know,
Can't
do
post
that.
Amalgamate's
I don't
dog
anymore.
pill emote.
Oh, Amal.
No, don't worry. There's Amalgamate in chat saying based.
You know.
You know what, Amalgamate? I have something I sent you to my friend earlier that I will pass over to you.
Oh man, we should have her on the podcast sometime. She's perfect.
We could.
And we need a second woman-hating woman to come on and woman hate equally with us. Might be a little overpowering though.
Probably. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Oh goodness, that is hilarious.
There you go, Amalgamate. I sent you a gift.
What did you send her?
It's a secret.
Oh no.
You know what? There are a few primals I'd allow. Well, I mean, Garuda, obviously. I don't even think... Chat, you can't say Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi doesn't count. Because Tsukiyomi is literally just a woman. It's kind of cheating.
Listen, she's definitely not a woman by the time she'll get on top of me. I'll tell you that much. That's a monster, alright?
But I'm just saying, Tsukiyomi's just cheating. That's just a woman. Also, if your answer for like what primal you'd fuck isn't Alexander, then you don't fuck with me.
Really?
Alexander is the clear choice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I don't know the lock one. I don't think I've seen the lock one before. That one might be further in the story than I am.
Man, did they delete the mod off of the mod archives? Huh.
Oh no, wait, I have seen this one. I don't think I've done the fight though.
It's part of the story. You have to do the Lakshmi fight.
Oh no, yeah, Mizu, you've done the fight. I know you have. You just probably don't remember it.
I don't remember it.
It's a tank and spank. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's the one where you have to use that ability, otherwise you'll be charmed and you'll walk off the cliff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I seem to recall being very upset with that fight sometimes.
But yeah, she doesn't count either because she's literally just a woman.
I don't know. She comes from a bunch of snake people. I
Don't
don't know
care.
if that's woman.
She's just a woman.
Just a woman.
I don't know why, but that just made me think of whenever Matt Walsh asks what's a woman, you can just pull up a picture and say, this is a woman right here.
Yeah, well, you were bad at the game, Occo.
I am not bad at the game. All right, chat. Excuse me, not chat. Temp. Because I know Temp's the only one saying that. Because I am flawless at the game. Thank you very much. PAL Research Facility.
My friend wants me to play, but I'm a little overwhelmed, not gonna lie. To be fair, that's with any MMO after it's been out for a long enough time.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if you could probably get caught up in like 4 months.
Okay, don't say that. That does sound overwhelming.
No,
Start with The Realm Reborn, and if you hate it, you can skip through the cutscenes and get to the good shit.
I don't respect cutscene skippers in my house.
We have to screech at you when you tank? That's because I don't pay attention half the time when I tank, because it's so easy.
Does Titania count as a primal? No.
Yes.
Primals are very specific beings. Titania is the king of the fairies.
I would do Titania.
Oh, I mean,
You'd probably
same.
be dead afterwards because she'll never let you leave.
I mean, you need to do the pixie quest because it expands more. You get to learn more about the pixies.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Then I have to pay for like a subscription, and I'm already paying for a subscription to Power World, which you need to come play, Lumi.
I will.
Because they added
Yeah,
new
I'm already
stuff and it's
behind.
fun.
I'm already behind, and Mizu's only been playing for a couple days.
I'm level 47 almost.
Would you do Innocence, Mizu? Yeah, would you do Innocence?
I have to search that one.
But it has to be both phase 1 and phase 2 Innocence.
Images. Oh, the
that's just a
femboy.
hard- Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, I'd give it a shot.
It has to be phase 1 Vol 3 as well. Not just Innocence.
I don't know how I feel about that then. I could take it or leave it.
You know, it's like after like consuming a bunch of Berserk content, Innocence looks like
Griffith.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what he was inspired by.
Very
that
bold
gives me
choice to
an
have
extra
Voth
reason.
return into Innocence, by the way.
I mean, it gives everybody everywhere some hope that if Vothri can clean up very well, we can too.
I think it's more like the Y boner.
That's not what I was thinking of, but you know what? Fair enough.
You would Leviathan. Very good, Dama.
Lord Kagai for 5.
I-
In a sense, everyone did Titania due to being soul-bound to her.
I mean, no, we're only soul bound to Feaul, not Titania.
Who I would also do.
Yes. Feaul is our branch.
I thought we were Feaul's branch.
Are we their branch?
I think we're their branch.
I thought they were our branch.
I love how I said it careful for spoilers, and Mizu just drops a big spoiler. Nobody is watching our stream for Final Fantasy XIV story content.
And plus,
Also,
most
it's been out
people
for
just
years.
Listen, this isn't like Warframe
Shut
where
the fuck up.
everybody. Yeah, it's not like this is Warframe where everybody gets really uppity about the spoilers because of what you have to do, like 10 to 20 hours in the game. Like with how long it's been since Shadowbringers, if you don't know the story, I'm sorry. It's like Harry Potter. Oh no, Snape kills Dumbledore. Sue me.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
How many hours do we even have in Final Fantasy now? I have 5,011 hours in Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, let's see.
I was
I'll be
running it through
interested-
Yeah,
Steam,
we're
right? 831 hours.
Okay, so we are Feaul's little sapling, and they are our branch.
Fair.
I have 1,145 hours.
I'm surprised you and me are actually not that far off, all things considered.
Well, that's because I don't do very much outside of the main story and then crafting. I'm just not interested in doing all of the extra dungeons and shit that all of my other friends do.
There's a rule to never
Maybe-
spoil Shadowbringers. I
They'll
don't care.
forget by the time they reach it. And Lumichi becomes the new Titania. Yes, but there will always be a difference between the Titania that we fight and our branch.
I think my most played games are still going to be Mabinogi, which is 1,300 hours. but that only counts Steam. I used to play it through the Nexon launcher, so I have no idea on that one. And the other one is Warframe, which is 1,565 hours, which again, I also used to play through the Warframe launcher, so that's not accurate.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how Warframe counts it, because Steam says I have like 1,500, and then I played it, before that through the Warframe launcher, so it should definitely be way more than that. But then in game in Warframe, it says something like 800 or 900 hours.
Okay, these are like my top. These are my top 5 games that I've played, not counting VTube Studio. Final Fantasy XIV, Smite, Call of Duty, Dead by Daylight, Baldur's Gate 3.
Is there a button to sort by most played? Or do I have to do that on the profile?
If you go to your profile and then game, you can sort them by playtime.
Well, my most played game is VTube Studio at over 2,300 hours. VTube Studio, Warframe, Mabinogi, Dota 2 at 1,000 hours, and Terraria at 880 hours.
Warframe has 2,300. Satisfactory also has 2,300. Destiny has 1,400. That's disgusting. And then Final Fantasy has 1,100. And number 5 is Cookie Clicker with almost 800 hours in it.
Why are you playing so much Cookie Clicker?
I leave it on when I go to work. Although I stopped doing that because it ate up a lot of power at my parents' house when I was doing it.
Fair. Apparently I've put almost 300 hours in MechWarrior Online, which I don't even remember.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, did you see, because it's popped up in my feed today that Nexon put out a new game today.
Which one?
The Final Berserker Kazan. It is...
we knew that was coming out, right?
Apparently it dropped today. Well, technically yesterday, but today for all intents and purposes. I asked my friend if he had touched it yet, because we kind of, play through some Nexon stuff. Do you know what Dungeon Fighter Online is?
No.
It was kind of an old beat-em-up game that Nexon owned. Apparently this is in the same universe as that, except this is a hack-and-slash Souls-like. And according to my friend, it is very, very fast pace, so it's a lot more like Nihon than it is like Dark Souls.
Okay.
He says it's very quick, and you have to be very quick on your feet. Enemies are just very aggressive. It's rated very positive, though. People seem to like it. Like, very positive with 94%, by the way. So.
I mean, it is only day 1, so we'll see if it continues the trend. Speaking of games that
top
come
review
out,
is die 20 times to boss, managed to finally beat boss with 5% HP left, cutscene plays, boss phase 2 begins.
I love that. What also came out today was the new Magica Madoka gacha game.
I thought that was yesterday.
Technically, it was like in the middle of the night yesterday, so technically it was yesterday and today, I guess.
Madoka, Magica, Magi, etc.
Yes.
I think it's probably like a standard turn-based gacha, right?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the Fate game because it had some of the same terminology, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get into this if everything is like the same as Fate, because I didn't really enjoy Fate that much.
Apparently you can wishlist it on Steam, even though it's not available on Steam yet. And if you scroll down to games similar to this, the top choices for me at least are Elden Ring and Monster Hunter Rise.
To the new Madoka game?
Yeah.
Really?
That shit's a lie. I know that shit's a lie.
Yeah, that's not true whatsoever.
Oh, they're lying to me, chat. I told Occo yesterday on stream, and I guess I'll tell Lumi too, I am waiting, because this is like the 5th Madoka Magica game in the last couple years, and every single one of them lasted like 2 months before they just died.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
So I'm giving it time before, you know, this one dies too.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I'm looking forward to right now is Fantasy Life, but me and Dama have talked about that one like at length.
Which one is that?
It originally was a DS game that was like a single player MMO basically. And it was really fun. Like unironically, it was one of the most fun games I'd played in a long time.
Yeah.
But then they just disappeared, fell off the face of the earth. And recently they announced they're actually going to release a new one coming this May for Steam, and I'm excited for it.
Okay.
Apparently they're also releasing an Inazuma 11 game, which is the soccer anime.
Oh, okay. Speaking of new games, did you see that game that a bunch of the Hololive people were playing where it like makes really realistic looking models of people?
Oh, the Izoi or something?
Yeah.
Inzoi.
Something like that. I know that people were talking about it, and then people started showing the requirements for it, which was not surprising. Like, the recommended requirements is that you have a 4000 series RTX card.
Yeah. My understanding is this is The Sims.
Yeah, that's what I was told, is like basically The Sims.
But like very hyper-detailed Sims.
Yeah, something like that.
Unironically, if they just like, if they had like as much content as The Sims and they put this at like $50, they would destroy The Sims in like a week.
Oh, definitely.
Because The Sims is always held back by the fact that in order for the game to have all the stuff, you need to buy like $700 of DLC.
Yeah, I never really understood, because like I bought the base game a long time ago at the beginning of the pandemic because I really liked it, and I watched a bunch of people play content about it. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then I realized you had to pay for pets, you had to pay for X and Y and Z, and I was just like, well, I no longer want to play The Sims anymore.
Yeah, so let's see.
I was back when I was friends with my nemesis, and I put my nemesis in my Sims world.
So if you go to The Sims 4 and you go to the DLC page, there are 93 pieces of DLC. And some of these are just like new clothes and new outfits and shit. But then you have the businesses and hobbies expansion pack that allows you to have run a business basically and have different hobbies. Yeah, that's another $40 expansion.
I don't understand that.
You have the Life and Death expansion pack. Peel back the veil to uncover the secret to fuller Sims lives and beyond life in Sims 4 Life and Death. That's another $40.
Like, I understand that's how they make their money, but it's just kind of gross, not gonna lie.
Oh, The Sims has always been bad about that. Mm-hmm. Like, I think even the pets is like $40.
Did we see the direct today? I did.
I did not watch it.
I started watching it. Basically, there was nothing really of value minus a new Tamagotchi game that was shown off and scheduled for release in 2026.
That people kept posting about because everybody said that if a Tamagotchi live game got released, they would sell their soul to Satan.
Yeah, and there was one guy that came out and said, if Tamagotchi is announced, I'll buy it for everybody. And now everybody's trying to collect on his promise. Again, what's fun is he got 2.4 million impressions on that tweet. So it's definitely not a good day to be that guy, I'll tell you that much.
Taking horse armor to extreme. Yeah, like a lot of people thought that horse armor was just innocent. Unironically, all of this stuff is downstream from horse armor.
Yeah. Yup.
So you can thank Todd for this.
Pretty much. I will never forgive that man for what he did.
He's done a lot. Apparently he's fucked up, he's fucked up, what do you call it, Fallout. I only know because I see Cree posting about it like every 5 minutes.
That's Cree's autistic obsession.
He's very mad about Fallout.
Yeah. I need to watch his new video on it because he made another video and I told him I would watch it.
You guys interested in the new Pokemon Legends ZA? So I said this the other day, but I'll say it again. Pokemon ZA is going to really end up pissing people off in the long run. I think it's going to be damaging for the Pokemon company in the long run. Because a leak from Centro Leaks came out that said there will be 29 new Mega Evolutions. Which, for those of you who don't know Pokemon, Mega Evolution is huge. People love megas. They think they're one of the best mechanics the game has ever had. The reality is, though, after Legends ZA, they're going to immediately can all 29 of those megas, and you will never see them again. Because the Pokemon Company does not like megas. They know the players love them. The company doesn't like them. To the point where in Sun and Moon, they changed the description of all the megas to say stuff like, oh, the mega transformation really hurts the Pokemon. It like melts their skin into their flesh, and like their screams of pain echo out constantly. Like, unironically, that's how much they hate megas, to the point they codified it into the lore that megas are a bad thing, which is a retcon, by the way.
More.
Do what?
Don't make me want it more. That sounds cool.
Yeah. And as soon as ZA, they're getting rid of the megas. They're never going to come back. And it's because they don't want them around. They're only releasing them for ZA because they know people will riot if ZA doesn't have them. But as soon as ZA is gone, they're never coming back again. Like always. They accidentally made megas cooler. Yeah, I wanna pull up some megas, just because I don't think anybody's actually paid attention, because nobody reads the Pokedex entries.
It's like, don't tell me harder, I can only play for this once, you know?
I hope Cerebi has the mega entries.
While we're talking, I'm slowly building out my base.
What base?
I'm finally in Power World. I'm finally feeding those lamb balls I told you about earlier. They're still depressed though, because I didn't feed them for the longest time.
Fair.
That's what you get for being a lamb ball.
God, this site is so difficult to navigate.
Which one?
Bulbapedia.
I do not have a butcher's knife. I should probably make one. But if you add mechanics where you can hunt and eat Pokemon, they'll come back. I mean, yeah. They just want to add an excuse to try and get rid of it, but it's a bad excuse.
Yeah, so they basically did not have Dex entries for Mega Pokemon until Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Moon. So like Mega Gaily, which is one of my favorites, it had its Dex entry added to where it says, the power of Mega Evolution was so strong that it smashed its jaw. Its inability to eat leaves it very irritated. And then the one for Sun says, when it spews stupendously cold air from its broken mouth, the entire area around it gets whited out.
What the fuck?
One of them, it's one of the steel ones, but it says that its body literally melts into shape. I can't remember which one.
That's kind of hardcore.
Yeah, like they sound really cool, but if you read it, like they were very clearly trying to make Mega a bad thing.
Darn those Japanese people trying to make me feel things. It didn't work. I feel nothing.
I remember thinking that Megas would be really good to give to Pokemon that suck to give them power to boost them, and then being shocked they gave Garchomp one as if it needed it. Yeah, so Megas should have gone to underused Pokemon, and it did for some. Like Banette and Absol got one. But then it went to people like Garchomp, Lucario, Sableye, Salamence, Metagross. What sucks is that like some Pokemon were good because of Megas and will never be good again because they took them away.
Yeah.
Like people talk about Lopunny a lot for like the sex stuff. Mega actually made Lopunny a really good Pokemon to use. Yeah, they got rid of that. Now Lopunny is just back to being the sex Pokemon.
Oh man, that really sucks. You're good, but now you're just back to being a side piece. Man, that's depressing.
Kangaskhan became like busted because of Megas, and then it's useless now as well.
I'm sorry, what is it called?
Kangaskhan, the one that has like the baby in its pouch.
Yeah. That's an interesting name.
Beedrill and Pidgeot got ones that look cool. Oh, the Beedrill one was great. My favorite Mega, though, if you've ever seen it, chat, is Amphiros's. Because he got just like the world's... Here, I'll show it to chat. Chat needs to see it if you haven't seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, Ampharos got the world's most glorious mane.
Oh, that is beautiful right there.
And they turned him into a dragon type for no reason. I love Ampharos. He is my boy. Garchomp is better with items. Yeah, Garchomp is actually unironically better without the Mega. But yeah, no, my opinion on ZA is that people are going to like ZA and they're going to like all the new Megas. And then they're going to hate it because all the Megas are going to go away and they're never going to come back again.
Yeah.
Unless they do a re-release.
Pretty much. Do you think that they'll do that?
I don't know. I will tell you
No.
that ZA is going to be the bane of Game Freak's existence in a lot of ways. Because there's a lot of things about X and Y that Game Freak did not like and just kind of wanted to forget happened. First off, they didn't like X and Y in general. Which is why X and Y, to this day, is the only games in the entire series to not get a second version.
Mm-hmm.
They hate Megas. They included Megas for like 2 more games and then nuked all of them and said, we're never doing that shit again. They did not like that X and Y, its big thing was character customization. So characters had tons of outfits you could customize with. You got rid of that. That didn't come
Right.
back. Like, people complain about X and Y. X and Y is one of the... I would put it up there as one of the great Pokemon games, even though its story was weak. Because of just how many mechanics overall it included and how good those mechanics were. And then Game Freak is going to nuke all of them. It also had mechanics that, I wouldn't even really call them mechanics. I would call them just like quality of life adjustments. Like one of them was it had sky battles, where if you had a flying Pokemon, you could fight another trainer with flying Pokemon, and the entire battle would take place in the air. And that was supposed to be like a gimmick fight. But no, I think that's just cool that if like 2 sides have flying Pokemon, the battle will be way up in the air instead of on the ground. I think that's just something that should be in every game. And the same thing with like if 2 Pokemon are in the water, there should be like an underwater fight. I think it's cool.
That would be pretty cool, honestly.
Weren't Megas originally introduced as the pinnacle of friendship with the Pokemon? Yes! They were originally introduced as the pinnacle of friendship, and then 1 game later, it said that it was absolute torture and agony for every Pokemon that Mega evolved, and you should never do it again.
Well, then it just sounds like more that like them choosing to go through with it is again the ultimate bond of friendship between you and them. Just be like, I'll suffer to help you win, master.
Sky Battles is why all flying Pokemon's animations sucked? No. Flying animations were shit way before X and Y. Because they had given up with like the Wii games, the battle games.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, chat, it's just laziness with the lifeless models. I'm sorry, chat, we got so off topic.
It's okay. It's okay. I have nothing to add with Pokemon, honestly. But I do know that a lot of people were a little disappointed in the direct, and it's just like, what do you expect? They're gonna have another direct next week about when the Switch 2 is coming out.
Fair.
Along with multiple, like, I don't even know why they did one this week. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I just know a lot of people were like being very copium about fucking Hollow Knight again.
Oh, Hollow Knight's always gonna be cope.
Yeah, I'm just convinced it's never coming out. Never coming out, and chat's just gonna have to deal with that.
Is there a topic, lol? I mean, the only topic really was Genshin VAs being shitheels. But they're always kind of being shitheels.
Yeah.
There wasn't too much going on this week besides Genshin, these two getting into their individual stuff this week.
And Mume graduated.
Yeah, that one too. Oh, that one chick, Muella, being an actual Karen and going to an agency VTuber's manager to force her to force a talent to take down a cute and funny post.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell us about that, Lumi?
It's just retarded. It's like, hold on, I sent you the screenshots. Yeah, let me fucking remember.
What group is she a part of?
Lucid Multimedia.
Oh,
Rose's old court.
That's funny.
Honestly, I look a little poorly on the corporation for taking it down because of a Karen.
Honestly.
Either way, I think it's funny.
Because that tells me that they will bend the knee to just about anything.
It's so fucking stupid, and it's like she's the talent's debuting her, I think 2.0 model, really soon, to be supported. But this is what Muella said in her post, saying, "Bro, I am one step closer to quitting VTubing every day. Pedo baiting is so weird, man." Screenshot with their management, by the way, and bio from official agency sites.
I'm gonna be honest. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And it's like, Muella tried to censor who she was talking to, but she forgot to censor the very bottom where it says message at insert username here.
Oh my gosh.
So stupid. And she's like, she just yaps at this dude, and he says, "I know we're doing our best to tread that fine line." And it's like, okay, let them do what they want, but no, this chick is just being a little fucking bitch about it.
That is.
And then she says, "Took down my last tweet. It's been seen by higher management and is being handled internally." And then Mummy being Mummy is like, "Thank you for your bravery."
Mummy deserves
and then
her
of
own
course
stream.
Emmy OK responded to one of Muella's posts saying, "Be careful, fans of this type of shit are literally insane and will stop at nothing to harass and attack you simply for saying you don't like them." It's like, she didn't say that she didn't like them. She went to upper management and said, "Hey, this is stupid. Not this stupid. This is icky. Blah, 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 blah." So then she locked for a few hours, and she was saying that she was getting death threats and shit. I don't believe her.
Nah, show it or it doesn't happen.
I mean, I've talked about this a lot, but, like, as controversial as I am, and the fact that I can count on, like, one hand how many death threats I've gotten over, like, my last 4 years, I don't believe any of you fuckers when you say you got death threats.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got one today.
I don't
Although,
even get death threats.
It was on Twitter. It was somebody saying that I should be stoned
Yeah.
for quote-unquote believing in eugenics.
It's just something that super rarely happens, even to extremely controversial people. So I just don't believe, like, what you're saying.
No, I oftentimes don't believe it when people, like, I almost never believe it when people say they get death threats. Like, show it or stow it, my personal opinion. And most of the time, they never show it. They never show it. Oh, speaking of controversial people, Mizu, do you have an update on Penumbral? Because technically there was an update that happened on Sunday.
What, that he quit?
That he quote unquote quit. Yeah.
I mean, chat, I got Penumbral to quit somehow.
Technically, all of us got him to quit based off of what he said.
I think it was just me.
Listen to any of that?
I don't pay attention to most other news tubers that aren't my friends.
That's fair. That's fair.
I watched it out of curiosity, and it was like 30 minutes of him doubling down on everything, and then 30 minutes of him sucking his own dick about how good he is at everything.
Yeah, getting super chats from people and people saying, "Oh my gosh, he's quitting! I can't believe it!" And then he has to constantly say, "No, I'm not quitting. No, I'm not quitting." It's just like, this man has such major. By the way, he admitted basically that he has autism because he says he wants to bring back a show about autism, and I'm just like, why am I always right about these kinds of people? Why are they?
I mean, I don't know if he has autism. He said he was calling it Vtism. I don't really know, like.
I believe he's autism. Based off of how he was unable to keep himself centered, he has autism, hands down. I am going to self-diagnose this man. Be hypocritical and self-diagnose this man.
Oh yeah, speaking of fucking self-diagnosing, I haven't done my monthly check of if Evil Toaster is still alive.
He's still alive, probably.
He's probably still alive.
Well, yeah, he's still doing VR chat streams and everything.
Oh, maybe one day I'll run into him. I don't know. I'm doing more VR chat just in my chill time.
Nope, is still dead on Twitter.
Well, is he on Blue Sky? Because
Well, yes, of course he's on Blue Sky. He just
That's
posts
why we don't know.
screenshots of his various adventures of being a woman in VR chat.
He's got to be one of the girls in VR chat. He'll never be like me. So, oh, my apologies. I just find that funny. Oh man, but yeah. So Penumbral came on stream and basically was like, I'm quitting news, but I'm gonna start doing normal streams, and everybody's going to watch me do normal streams. And you guys all love me for my stuff, so you're gonna come and watch me for my normal streams. And me and Mizu kind of had a similar opinion where it's just like, we'll wait and see how long that happens before he goes back to news, before he decides that he's not getting any attention from not doing the news.
Well, I said that, like, you know, I wish him the best, and I hope his streams do well. But the reality is, if a lot of people come to you for one thing and you just shift all your content over to the other, yeah, you might keep, like, the subscriber number, but you won't necessarily keep the viewership.
No, and I think it would be very interesting to see how long that lasts, because again, like, cause a lot of his subscribers are short subscribers, because that's where his content came from, is shorts. I mean, maybe he'll double down on shorts again now that they're making a change to how shorts views are counted on YouTube. But like, I'm very interested to see where that goes. I wish him the best, but like, if I know how all that goes, shorts makes no money. Like, I still get a decent chunk of views for my shorts, and I made like 70 cents off of shorts. Oh.
Shorts are worthless, basically.
Yes, they're good for building an audience, but that audience is not loyal at all.
And they don't leave
No
shorts,
offense, chat.
is the big thing I've noticed.
Yeah, that's the point, is they're not loyal because they stick on to shorts. So they view you for a minute or two, then they move on.
Like, me and Occo talked about this the other day, chat, but I have found some good creators through shorts, particularly animators, that I really like, including the Dungeon Soup and Nigel and Marmalade.
Best.
You can go to those people's videos, like some of their older shorts, and they'll have comments on them that are like, wow, that are from like today. They're like, wow, this just showed up in my shorts feed. I didn't know you put this one out. And it's a video of theirs from like 2 years ago. Like, these are people that they'll see like a short that they really enjoy, and they'll be like, huh, I really enjoyed that. And they'll scroll straight past it. They won't go to the person's profile to see if there's anything else there. They just scroll on to the next short.
Yeah. It's
They,
why
they
I
just
look at
it doesn't lead to people watching your other content. The people that watch shorts in that way don't typically care.
Yeah, it's why I see some YouTube creators, especially I know a couple of VTubers that I still pay attention to. They make a lot of shorts, and their shorts do very well. Like, they're getting 10, 20, 30,000 views, and it's just like they're doing decently well. But I look at their regular content, and they get nothing on their long-form videos, or they get next to nothing on it, and it's just like, yeah, that's about what I expect for doing nothing but shorts content. Like, you're going to get subs and you're going to get views, but it's meaningless and worthless, and it's nothing to show off.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do shorts pretty much at all.
Like, it sucks, obviously. Because some of them really do deserve, like, extra views.
Oh,
But
I
it's just
agree.
one of those things that people just don't watch that.
I agree.
I think I don't want to say the name because I don't like constantly trashing people or sounding like I'm trashing people. But there was one VTuber who had moved over to doing just gaming streams, and they were talking about how great it was going. And I went to check their account, and it was because they were streaming through the Shorts feature, which is something you can do now.
Yes.
And their regular stream content was getting like 300 views, and then their short streaming content was getting like 50,000. But you would go to any of their videos, and the numbers were around like 300, 400. Nobody was watching them, even though they were getting this massive amount of shorts views. And it's just because the shorts people don't go to anything else.
No, they don't pay attention. They don't care. It's really unfortunate because, like, I've tried to tell a good chunk of people that shorts is not the way to go for long term. Like, if you want to make money, shorts is not the way to go. Just like long term. And I've tried to tell this to people, but then when I see them do it, it's just like.
Yes, I
guess
said
they
who it
gotta
was,
learn.
chat, but I don't want to say it on this show. I don't like to spread it around all the time.
Like, shorts was there to compete with TikTok, and now that the TikTok is basically
Safe.
been competed with, YouTube is shifting the focus. Granted, YouTube is now changing how shorts views are counted, but I feel like that's them doing it because they want to get more attention to shorts and boost more shorts views. But I really don't feel like that's going to do much or help at all or anything. It's just not.
It's something
very
that looks
good.
good on paper to creators, but people that have actually done it for an extended period of time are like, wow, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's not, typically people don't find that content very, enjoyable to make, right?
I didn't.
I think
When I did it briefly.
some of the artists I've seen probably do find it enjoyable, because they're kind of doing the same thing that like the artist on Twitter, Green Tea Neko, does, where they do like a little 4-panel comic sort of deal. They're basically doing the animation equivalent of that with their 30-second to 1-minute animations, where they just tell like a little joke for it. I can see that being engaging and that being fulfilling. But the people that are just trying to like clip part of their stream down to 2 minutes for a short, I don't think anybody's particularly engaged by that.
No.
That's like the tweet of video content. And nobody's like, God, my tweets are just such beautiful essay work of art. Like, no. It's something you throw into the ether because you feel like you kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
Attention span is measured in nanoseconds these days.
Yeah, I'm really trying to fix it so that isn't an issue for me.
I'd rather capture an audience of my peers. And my peers are old people. I'm sorry, chat, we've killed Lumi.
Huh?
See? We're gonna have to kill her, chat. It's too late.
Oh, goodness. But no, yeah. So, let's see.
I think we're...
Did you want to...
I was gonna say, I think we're fine with a short one.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you want to talk about the Brody thing? Because we didn't really talk about it that much.
Well, chat, all you need to know is the guy that did the old Yo Mama video animations from way back in the day has set himself on fire on Twitter to try and get at Riri, the rat girl. And it set him on fire, even though he got a bunch of likes, because it caused his artist and the guy that does the voice in the videos to come out and say that nobody is working with him anymore. And nobody has been working with him for a long time. Which also told everybody that the guy that makes the Yo Mama videos doesn't actually make them. He just runs the YouTube channel. I don't necessarily know what his role is, because he wasn't doing the art and he wasn't doing the voice. All I can think is maybe he was writing the jokes, but they're fucking Yo Mama jokes. Like, he pulled them out of a joke book.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't even make sense half the time, so I don't know what his role in the channel was other than owning it, but he didn't voice it, he didn't animate it, and he set himself on fire, and nobody likes him anymore. Because his videos are like borderline Elsagate 2, with how like creepy and overly sexual they are.
I have never watched them. I really just listened to your stream talking about it and looked at some of the thumbnails, and I was like, this is weird.
So the thumbnails are basically have nothing to do with the videos. Mm-hmm. Because the thing is, he doesn't... the artist hasn't been working with him for months. So he's literally reusing content from years ago. Just clipping it in... because they were all like short Yo Mama jokes. He is just like clipping them into a chain, or like compilation basically, and then playing them in different orders over and over to evade YouTube's bots on reposted content. But as far as I can tell, he hasn't posted literally any new content in the last 2 years. All of it's reused.
That's weird. That's really weird.
Chat, this is a channel that has 5.3 million subscribers and barely pulls more viewers than my videos. That shit is dead. Stick a fork in it.
Sad. Not even kind of. That's extremely depressing to think about.
Yeah. His channel is dead.
And it's all his fault, too. I mean, like, I feel like it was dead before, like, all the Riri stuff started.
Oh, you know, it was way dead before. It was dead way before the Riri thing. It's just the Riri thing kind of blew information to the public that was not, like, well known.
Yeah.
Like, because when I talked about it, tons of people had absolutely no idea that he didn't even do the voice. They thought he at least did the voice for the channel.
Yeah.
So nobody knew that he literally didn't do anything but manage the channel.
He's a glorified manager, a has-been. Ooh.
Yeah, that's like all anybody can think of, like, he would be. It's either he's just the manager, or at best, maybe he wrote the jokes. But that's about it. And for those of you who don't know him, this guy was popular back in, like, the Equals 3 days. This is an old channel.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is extremely old.
You know, Equal 3 is still going on, I think. I think Ray William Johnson sold it to somebody. Or not, I don't know if he sold it to someone. I know he passed hosts.
That's a fun way of just saying that he doesn't own it anymore.
God, what is his channel called? Was it called Equals 3? Oh no, it's called Ray William Johnson. Oh, I forgot. Now he's doing this shit. Here.
What is he doing now?
I will screen share for you.
Oh boy.
His channel is slop.
Oh,
it's slop that makes views, but his channel is slop.
Oh no.
Here you go, chat.
It's the same thumbnail over.
This is what's happened with Ray William Johnson, by the way.
Is he still doing these videos?
This is an 18 million sub account, by the way. It's just him, like, reading, like, news articles, super abridged, basically.
That's so sad.
And look at this. Look at the prison one over and over.
Oh.
This is your slop channel, chat.
That is so depressing. Like, he used to be so much better. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this, other than just a little depressed.
The thing is, he still makes like decent views. I mean, maybe not 18 million channel views, but that's 600K pretty consistently. Like,
Yeah.
I do know from seeing him pop up in shorts every once in a while that some of the stories he covers, like news articles, are literally like 10, 15 years old. Like, he is just pulling up any shit he can find and reading it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Is he at least adding decent commentary to it?
And he puts almost all of these in like segments for shorts, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And as you can see, like, he often uses like AI to do a lot of it.
So basically Quarter Pounder. No, Quarter Pounder is... Did you hear that the quartering is $300,000 in debt, by the way?
He also does music too. Check out Your Favorite Martian. I know he came back on that one, but... Because originally that channel was called, like, This Project is Retired. Don't play the music. His last one was 10 months ago. Where did he start from? Yeah, so when he came back, I think the first thing he did was Orphan Tears again. Oh yeah, this is what he was doing, by the way, when he like first got the channel back. This like weird whatever the fuck this is. Then he came back, did Orphan Tears 2 and Orphan Tears 3.
The return of Orphan Tears.
Yeah. This music, by the way, is not good. I don't know if maybe I was just like what is it called? If it's just nostalgia for like the old music that he had, but like this shit is not good.
No.
I don't know all of them. I have listened to both Orphan Tears, Verified, Uno Reverse, and Brain Rave. Did not like any of them. I thought they were all shit. I have not listened to any of these others, though, so admittedly, maybe he got better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. This was 2 hours ago. Shara Kirby, who voices Cadence in Genshin Impact, appears to resign after her crash out.
She quit.
Yes.
Total VA destruction. I want them all to be removed from Genshin. And Paimon is going to be the last one pulled from her throne, and it'll be amazing.
I can't believe they haven't gotten rid of Paimon yet. Paimon was the first one to have an issue.
Yeah, she should have been the first.
Explain why the quartering has been non-stop making slop the past 2 years. Because he had nothing else.
He absolutely has to, because his coffee company is $300,000 in debt right now.
I will say this, because I actually get these kind of questions a lot. Not necessarily from our chat, but like on Twitter, I'll often have people ask me like, oh, why don't you talk about so-and-so? Because they're like a slop channel too, right? And the thing is, because I don't like them. Like, it's probably like a weird thing to say, but I don't like the quartering, so I don't care that he only makes slop. I actually did like Your Favorite Martian, and to a lesser degree, like the Ray William Johnson's channel, because it was like a big part of my childhood. So it sucks that he's just like a slop show now that doesn't produce anything of value.
Right.
Also, I just noticed quartering gets like about half his views, and you have to keep in mind Ray William Johnson is like an 18 million account and quartering's a 1 million account. So I mean, at least quartering slop is doing better.
The thing with the quartering is I remember when Trump was in office and the quartering was a little bit more left-leaning, or at the very least claimed that he was a little bit more left-leaning. And then as soon as Biden came in and everything started sucking, he switched right back to the other side with the anti-woke kind of grift. And then he started his coffee company saying that he was interested in doing non-political coffee, which he can't do because he talks about Trump all the time. So even though he's not being political, his company is aligned with him.
It's tied to him.
It's tied to him, so it is political by definition. And so he always comes out and like for 5 minutes of every single video, that's kind of a hyperbolic, but like every single one of his videos, like he spends a decent chunk of time saying, come buy my non-political coffee. And it's really bad because like the most recent thing, like 6 days ago, he uploads a video and I listened to this one because like anytime the quartering says I'm in trouble, I was like, okay, let's see what he's going to scream about this time. According to him, in the title of his video, he says that a woke individual is threatening his company. What actually happened is somebody that produces one of the materials that he needs for his coffee, the little coffee K-cups that you put into the Keurig machine, they decided to stop working with him. They didn't tell him why, and he's very iffy on explaining the details. All he says is that they aren't going to be able to get him his material. He doesn't list if they dropped him, and he doesn't list if they know why. He just says that they have, and he says he believes that it's because of his political alignment. And so he uses that to leverage by saying, guys, you need to help me because the woke crowd are trying to take down my company. I invested $80,000 into this brand new machine that I have to make so that I can make Mother's Day, and you guys need to give me money, otherwise my company's going to go under. And I'm just like... Bro, he even goes into his video and says how he had to start selling collectibles of his so that he could pay for an expansion to his company. And I'm just like, if you have to sell your own personal assets in order to keep a company afloat so that you can expand it, there's something wrong with your company. Because if you have to constantly keep infusing, if your company is making money, you won't have to sell your own personal assets in order to expand the company. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say, like, if you are selling assets to keep a company afloat, that's because your company was already successful and you have hit like a really particularly bad rough patch, right? Mm-hmm. Like COVID stuff. COVID stuff had a lot of people doing that because they hit a really bad rough patch because of everything shutting down. If your business has never been profitable and you're selling your shit to keep it afloat, just pack it up.
No, I agree. But yeah, he's like, he comes out in the video and he says, I'm $300,000 in debt trying to expand the company, and now I have to buy this new machine. And I'm just like, what? How are you? And he says he put it all on a credit card. He put $80,000 of unsecured debt on a credit card, and he's begging for his fans to help him pay off and buy this new machine. And it was just baffling to me.
Also, I think you and I talked about this, but I said, like, one of the big things for me is I want to see specifically where the problem is, if you're asking me for my money. Mm-hmm. 'Cause if you're asking me for my money for that, treat me like an investor. I want to know, like, what your overhead is. I want to know where all this money is going to help your business stay afloat. Like, I want some proper information.
I agree.
Why am I giving you money to make this?
Yeah, and it's just like every single video he comes out and says, guys, please invest in this company. It's non-political. It's coffee. You can buy coffee. And it's just like...
Also, I think people are just done with the coffee thing.
Yeah, so many people are doing coffee these days. I mean, I joked when I was on stream, just like... I joked about giving the T-Man code out and being like, oh, if he ever offers coffee, guys, I would never do it, but it would be a funny joke to do. Because everybody does coffee these days, and it's just kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like how everybody kind of does gamer subs. It's one of those...
Niara hates... Yeah, well, yeah, Niara is upset because... was it them that decided to sponsor Kirsha and not them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's stuff like that, right? Where it's hard to get people to buy something that everybody else already has.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why those sponsorships for games don't work very well. Like, if you're actually just getting paid to advertise like some of the big people do, then it's fine. But if you're getting paid by signups, typically you're fucked.
I agree. I
think like a big one is Raid Shadow Legends, right? Like, let's say I took a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. How many people are going to want to sign up with me that didn't sign up, like, when JonTron or somebody like that covered it? Mm-hmm. Like, at this point, everybody's already seen it and is already signed up, and at best, I would get 1 or 2 signups. And that would be people making alt accounts to support me. That wouldn't even be people that have never signed up before.
Yeah. Well, I know that specific other creator that I won't mention has kind of done it. And I've never heard of them actively getting a lot of people to help them sign up for it. They have to beg people in order to.
Well, that's because it's a Stream
sign up.
Element sponsorship. Those sponsorships
Yeah,
are
it's-
intentionally crafted to where they hope they don't have to pay you out.
Pretty much, it's disgusting, and I think that it's very predatory, and the people that take them don't recognize that they're being preyed after. So it's just.
People were mocking Twitch for trying to implement something like that, but a lot of people on the Twitch one skimmed over the fact that it would have mandatory minimum payouts.
Yeah, if I got a mandatory minimum payout of a couple $100 from Twitch, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, I'm actually getting paid. If you want to support me, please go right ahead. But I'm getting paid to do this, you know?
Under the T exclusive tee, we do have the Dragon's Treasure tee. I think all of us have like a thing for it.
We do. I think we even have one specifically for the channel, don't we?
I think that's also a very niche thing because that's like actual tea leaves. That's not like a tea packet.
Yeah, it's not drop shipped.
Yeah, so you gotta like make your tea. Like make your tea.
Yeah, I actually really like it.
It's just a very niche product.
Mm-hmm.
But
Phase Connect coffee.
I mean that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just like, I hope the quartering doesn't end up having to shut down his business, because he's got a lot of people that are riding on him on that company, but I don't feel like he makes the best financial decisions and all the time with that company. And then coming out to admit that he's 300,000 in the hole. That's definitely not something that if I was a worker I would want to hear for the first time on a video from him.
It's also probably not something you would want to hear if you're an investor either.
Absolutely not.
Like, hey, would you like to invest money in my company? It's like, oh, what's your finances look like? Oh, well, I'm about 300,000 in the hole. Yeah, well, how are you gonna make that back?
Yeah. Just not really interested then. You know what's funny is he wants to compete with Amazon and get on store shelves,
Fair.
like in-store Walmart shelves. Mizu got a Nikke sponsor. I would gladly make an alt account. I mean, it depends on the game, you know?
For me, it depends on the person.
Yeah. Yup.
But chat, actually, real quick before we go, I do want to show this to people.
What are you guys doing this coming week?
Sinner's Tide tomorrow with Dama.
Fun. Oh, we're getting raided right now.
What?
We can't stop now.
But chat, we were about to stop. Who raided?
Kendra.
Oh, hi, Kendra.
I still need to grab Kendra on camera. I feel really bad because we both have talked about it and it just hasn't happened yet. I feel really bad.
There is so much porn of this character already.
Wait, what?
I was trying to find like the official post. Because I just wanted the official character art, and God, there's so much porn of this character already.
Is this the new Nikke character that everybody's talking about?
It is the new Nikke.
What is the big thing with her? Is like they got a very specific texture on her that everybody's like going crazy over.
Okay, here. Swap over to this one. But here I can share it with you. I can't scroll at all, chat, because there's so much porn of this character.
Oh, that sounds about right.
But this is the new Nikke. Her name is Bretty.
She's got some belly. I like the first thing I noticed is that she's got a belly.
Yeah. She got a lot of movement going on.
Oh, she definitely does.
So it's hard to see it, but I could maybe go to the Nikke official account and see if they have like a close-up picture of Bretty. Here you go, chat. They gave her cellulite on her tummy. Actually drew all of it in there.
This is really great because, like I said, I've been slowly like playing a little bit more VR chat just because I have some friends that play it and they've been trying to get me to play more of it. And like that's something I'm used to seeing on VR chat models because of how detailed the textures are. But that's just insane that they have decided to just get that far detailed in there. Like, because this is a game that you play on your phone. Like, I know people can play it on their PC, but this is a phone game. And you have to really zoom in order to see that. This is insane.
Yup. She's all on her tummy, though.
I'm sure that makes you really happy.
Also, here, while I'm, because I already have it pulled off the screen, so the chat can't see it, unfortunately. I hit the wrong button. Oh, anyways, so if you search, this is just for you, Luby. If you search Bready Nikke.
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That a lot of people have made her really fat. People
It just
specifically
keeps
made her fat.
going.
Wow.
So much.
I mean, are you complaining?
No, I'm just saying.
That's... I would say cake, but she eats bread, it sounds like. So there's a lot of bread here, chat. We enjoy the thickness, we do.
So much bready.
Holy shit.
Trust me, it just keeps going.
Oh my god. Wow.
Bready is very popular. Send the link. It's not a link. You just go to Twitter and search Bready Nikke.
Yeah, it's not that hard to find.
You see the new Genshin girl called Marissa? Look, the new Genshin girl is good looking, but she is not like... She's not bready thick. She's Asian thick. Which, it's not very thick, all things considered.
No.
How much does she eat? A lot, apparently.
Which one?
Bready.
Wait, okay, so I played a little bit of Nikke, but aren't the Nikkes like their weapons?
They're
right?
robot girls who are made out of real humans.
Well, I don't think I came to that part yet, but like, yeah, so they're robot human things.
Yeah.
So, why? I guess I just need to figure out why the robots are that detailed and shit like that. That's insane.
Depends on the company.
Also, there's multiple companies making robot girls in the game.
There's 3 major companies. There's Tetraline, Missilis, and I always forget the last one.
Which one is making the sex bots?
Tetraline.
Okay. I love how you immediately knew. It's funny.
So here, I will show it for you, because I think chat will probably already know. But this is the owner of Tetraline. His name is Mustang.
Interesting.
And he intentionally tries to oversex all of his Nikkes because he uses them as performance pieces. Elysian, thank you, chat. So if you see like the oversexed one, it'll probably in the bottom left say Tetraline on the character card here. See, like this one is a big one in the story-wise. Just randomly has whatever the fuck is going on down here. Tetraline.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
I think I have her.
Tetraline is typically going to be anything fashionable or anything oversexed. So, like, she's probably more on the fashion side. She has a very fashion-forward outfit. She's a bit more on the oversexed side. Tetraline.
Oh, yeah. I think I have that one, too. What's funny is, because, like, obviously with gacha games, the thing is to, like, make you get the hyper-sexy thing. When I played this game, It only really took me 1 or 2 of them before I was like, okay, I got the hyper sexy ones that look really nice, and then I just lost interest in it really quickly.
Yeah. See, and like these are Elysian, right? You can tell like they're still sexy, but their outfits are very clearly very practical.
Yeah. Which one produces all the lollies?
I think all of them have like their own little line of lollies.
Oh, okay.
Although Missalus is the one that I believe is led by a lolly. I could be wrong. Yeah, Missalus is the one that's led by a lolly. It's her, Suyin.
Little girl growing up in the world.
This is like her big one. That is
Yeah.
part of her specific entourage of protectors. That is a lolly with a whip.
Wow.
She actually does produce a lot of lollies. I didn't realize Missalus had so many.
That's crazy. You know what? Speaking of lollies, I just remembered this. Chat, you need to make sure Ava's birthday's today. Well, it is midnight, new day for me. Ava's birthday is today on the 28th. So when she does her birthday stream later today, you need to make sure to go say happy birthday. And if you can, give her a happy birthday and a super chat gift.
Oh, I forgot Eleg is Missalus as well.
Oh man, I kind of want that one too. That one looks nice, but like, because I saw everybody draw porn of that one. That one's got so much.
I have one of her porn posters.
You do?
Yeah, I just haven't put it in a thing yet.
Oh, fair enough.
Holder. Because I'm not like
Is
other
it
people.
weird?
I don't like nail my posters to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I actually frame them because I think it's fun.
Yeah. Is it weird that like, even though I live alone, I would feel weird about hanging up a porn poster in my room?
Oh, I have
Is
no
that
problem
weird
with
to
it.
me? 'Cause,
I
like,
have an Azure Lane poster directly on top of my computer desk. That's one of those wall scrolls, and it's of one of the ships just almost completely naked. But it's got like a little plastic bit that you can fold over the top of it that puts clothes on her. So when I have guests, I can just kind of fold it over.
They thought of everything. That's beautiful. No, yeah, for some reason I just feel a little weird about having, even though, you know, I'm an adult, I live on my own, my parents are nowhere near me, I just feel weird about it. That might just be a leftover Mormonism thing.
Possibly. Anyways, chat. I love you guys, but I think we're dragging it now. Not intentionally. We do have stuff to talk about, but we could talk about random shit we enjoy like for hours.
I mean, I think people kind of like that though.
Yeah, that's fair. But I feel like that's definitely more of like a personal stream. If I ever decide to sit down and do Nikke again.
I would love to get on stream and talk about it with you, just to learn more about these beautiful women.
To be honest, if I'm just going to search through Google to find pictures for you, it might unironically be better for me to do the stream on Fansly. Because
you know what?
There's
I'm
going to be a
down.
lot of landmines in that Google search.
I'm down. I'm down. I had to make a Fansly account in order to follow you. And I learned that on Fansly, the only rule is no lolly.
Yeah, pretty
And I was
much.
like, huh, that's interesting.
But, chap, I'm going to send you all to Pippa because that's how we do around here.
Mm-hmm.
Have
she
fun.
kind of likes us.
Oh, she still follows
Maybe.
my old account.
Really?
According to inside sources, apparently Pippa is a fan of femboys. So there may be a reason or two why she hasn't unfollowed that account.
Oh, the secret account?
Yeah.
If she likes one of your tweets, you don't have to tell the public. You just have to tell me.
She has not liked one of my tweets.
I
However,
mean, fair.
I do have it on good sources that she is a femboy fan.
That
So
is
there's a
funny.
possibility that's the reason she has not unfollowed that account.
That is funny. I believe it.
Anyways, good night, chat. Enjoy Pippa. Be good for Pippa. As
Good night,
good as you
chat.
can be for Pippa, I guess.
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
you're gonna be the one telling Pippa to be good.
Bye, guys.